All right, so this is how we're gonna start the stream off. Some people tagged me in this video, so I guess people wanted me to talk about it, reply. Because once again, if you are on social media, whether it's Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, or whatever, if there's a post you want me to respond to or talk about, there's no guarantee, but feel free to tag me in the comment section. And if I see it and I think it's interesting enough, I might talk about it. And somebody tagged me in a clip from this creator named AC Johnny talking about microtransactions. So I'm going to play the clip so you can hear his words. Yeah, we're starting off with some Ubisoft. See what he has to say in regards to Assassin's Creed. I've seen some people in the chat ask me how I felt about, for those unaware, there's a collaboration between Assassin's Creed and Attack on Titan. It's a free update, but there's a microtransaction. The actual update, the missions are free, but there is one microtransaction in there where you can buy a skin for your character, and he talks about it. I'm gonna let him share his opinion, and then I'm gonna give my thoughts on it. Per usual, not an attack on the creator, just discussing what they're talking about. Don't be harassing people. Y'all know I don't co-sign that shit. All right, let's see what he got to say.
I really want to talk about microtransactions in these Assassin's Creed games because I think there's a little more to it than you might initially think. And I know this is like a super controversial topic, but
shout out to Trill Outcast and Eli with the subs.
It is important to talk about. So, as I'm sure many of you saw, Assassin's Creed Shadows is getting a huge Attack on Titan collaboration. It is a free mission, a free update. There's free gear. It's all free, and it's a huge collab with a super popular anime. So. This is all great stuff. You know what I mean? This is a true like live service game at this point. We've received a number of free mission story updates here.
I feel like I want to make the chat bigger.
The costumes, which look really, really cool, you can buy them in the store. And like, it's a microtransaction. I know that's super controversial, but I was given a really cool opportunity. And me and a few other creators were able to sit down and actually talk with devs of Shadows. And the topic of microtransactions came up, and
shout out to Quiet with the sub.
He even brought it up. He said, like, I know it's a controversial topic, but they're important because what you see out of these microtransactions is just that, you pay and you get this cosmetic item, and for a lot of people that's not worth it, and it enrages a lot of people. But when I spoke to the devs, the way he explained it was that these cosmetic items that are microtransactions are actually the only thing funding Assassin's Creed Shadows post-launch. Everything is funded by just these cosmetic items. And if it was like mission stuff and weapons that were locked behind a paywall, I would totally understand the rage. You know what I mean? I would get that, just blocking you from actually playing the game. But since this is purely cosmetic stuff,
what up, Siggy?
I don't have a problem with it because if you don't want it, don't.
You on tonight?
It is so simple. I've never understood this with microtransactions. I know I'm going to be called a shill. I can see it coming a mile away. I'm not telling anybody to spend their money. Spend it however you want. Don't spend it. I don't care. I'm just saying it is coming from a place of needing to actually keep funding this game to continue providing us with free updates. So,
all right. So we get the gist of what he was saying, Mr. AC Johnny, in regards to the collaboration, the microtransactions that recently came to Assassin's Creed. And I will say he seems like a nice dude. I don't sense any this isn't like one of those takes like that one dude that was like, oh, anybody who plays single player games, you're a fucking lame. Like, we're gonna clown people like that, or women are ruining game. We're gonna clown people like that. It seems like he's genuinely curious and he doesn't understand. So, I'm going to answer your questions with grace because, to be fair, I looked in the comment section and I don't think this clip went the way that he thought it was going to go. His comment section is frying him up. So since you don't understand, I'm going to go ahead and explain it to you, Johnny. The reason I think people, well, first and foremost, before I even give my two reasons of why I think people don't like that there's paid DLC in this, I'm going to go ahead and state first and foremost that we don't care. We don't care that this is the only way for them to make money post-launch. That's for them to figure out. I can't stress this enough that you have to understand when it comes to being a consumer, the only thing you need to be worried about is getting the best deal for yourself. So people are always going to want something that they think, because keep in mind, we're talking about, we used to be able to unlock this stuff for free. This would have just been in the game. Even when DLC first came out, besides like that damn horse armor, a lot of like updates were free back in the day. So people already paid $70 for the game. It's just like a mission or whatever. Like, why are you charging for the skin? It doesn't add anything. Like, I get they got bills and all that stuff. We don't care. We're looking for the best deal first and foremost. Second, and I think because that's like the light one, that's like a minute detail. Second, the real reason I think that people are pissed off that there's paid DLC inside of this update is for the simple fact, two reasons. One, it's Ubisoft. I'm going to be 100% honest. Ubisoft has had a bad track record for the last, it's been over 10 years. I think it started with 2014 with when they lied about Watch Dogs and its graphics. You remember when they announced Watch Dogs and it was supposed to be this big next gen game with these amazing visuals, and the game came out. They downgraded the visuals. They blamed it on console parity, saying that they weren't able to fulfill their full idea because they had to downgrade the visuals so it could run on console efficiently. And then after the whole Watch Dogs drama, it's just been drama after drama after drama for Ubisoft. Whether it's just their open world, their tired open world game design, microtransactions left and right all over their games, the way that they talk to their audience, them not listening to the audience. We've been begging for Splinter Cell. We've been begging for Rayman. We've been begging for them to return to form with Ghost Recon. They ruined Ghost Recon, by the way. They ruined that game and turned it into a live service game. So it's just been L after L after L for Ubisoft and their higher ups, their arrogance. It's built a resentment amongst the community. People don't like them. And to me, what it says is there's a lack of awareness for them to put out this DLC and add this skin in there where we have to buy it. Like Ubisoft has to understand, like, you guys, your back is against the wall and you guys need good PR. So to get into good graces of gamers, you should be doing whatever you can to get in that good graces. And for something this small, I think they should have just made it totally free. If it was, I think you would have had a valid point if this was some massive update that added 20 hours to the game. You should have to pay for that. But we're talking about like a goofy ass skin that would have been unlockable in any other game. So I think that's the issue. People are sick and fucking tired of Ubisoft and not taking the consumer into consideration. The second thing, this economy that we're living in, shit is expensive with these tariffs. You know, people are getting laid off left and right. People are not trying to buy something that used to be in the game for free. So there's a lack of awareness about what's going on in society. People are hurting right now. And like I said, they could use some good PR. And then third, and I think the most important part, nobody asked for this shit. I'm going to be one. Nobody asked for this. I'm going to be honest. As someone who's an Assassin's Creed fan, at no point in my lifetime, and I'm pretty sure some people in the chat would agree with me, or anybody who sees this clip in the future, did I think, oh my God, I really want Ezio to ride a fucking Titan. Like that thought never crossed my fucking mind, bro. So like, you already produce, and it goes back to what I said when I said earlier, it feels like Ubisoft is out of touch. Not feels, they are. They're out of touch with their audience. This is an example. Nobody asked for a collab between Final Fantasy and Assassin's Creed, because you guys remember that? They did a Final Fantasy collab too. Nobody asked for a collaboration between Assassin's Creed and Attack on Titan. We didn't ask for this shit. And then you want to charge me for it? Nah. So like, to be fair, I get it. It's the only way they can support the development post-launch, but nobody asked for this post-launch. No, we already don't want to pay for it, and it's not cool enough to where we want to pay for it. I get you know, you feel something for the devs, but this is one of those times where like Ubisoft should have just put this out for free. People ain't trying to fuck with this shit. Oh shit, the update isn't free. It is free. The mission is free, but he's talking about how there's a skin in here that you have to pay for. And that's upsetting some people basically. And I'm just making the argument because nobody asked for this shit. Like wasn't it Origins that did that collab? Yeah, Assassin's Creed Origins and Final Fantasy. Like nobody asked for that shit. You're just muddling the water, adding these goofy things inside of the game that nobody wants. Supporting developers post-launch is not our problem. It's not our problem. If you want us to support you post-launch, make something worth clamoring for. Create an expansion that's like, man, I gotta have this experience. But this is not something that people want. I mean, your game was already bloated with bullshit. Now you're asking me to come back to fucking ride a Titan or whatever this goofy shit is. Did anybody play it? Did they like it? So, I mean, I hope you understand. I get you talk to the developers and you feel some level of empathy for them, but I think you need to dial it back and remember, you got to be more in tune with the people. Maybe I feel something for people because I used to be fucking dirt poor, man. And no matter if I'm doing better right now financially, I still understand what it feels like to go to bed hungry. What's the name? You got to understand there's people out here that's hungry. They bought this game for $70 and you put some shit in there that nobody asked for and then you wanted me to pay for it. Like, people don't want to deal with that shit. They don't want to hear that shit. Yep, that's how Destiny got me with the Taken King. Taken King's a great example. People forget Destiny was failing. And then that expansion they put out, the Taken King, made it do a total 180 and it brought the game back to life. But I'm gonna play it. I'll let you know. I saw a clip of what the Titans look like. It's very iffy. But I think the most important thing is those two things that I named. A, Ubisoft is back as against the wall, and it seems like they lack awareness about what the audience wants from them. Instead of making a Splinter Cell game, instead of making a Rayman game, instead of making a proper Ghost Recon game or a cohesive Assassin's Creed game that's not totally bloated, we get Titans. Nobody asked for this shit. And then on top of that, you want me to pay for it? It's like, this is like the gaming equivalent of being at the gas station. And then like you ever been to the gas station and you walking in to either pay for the pump or you want to get a snack and it's a dude standing outside the door of the gas station and he like spray you with some cologne. He like, hey, that smell good. You want that shit? You want that shit, right? I got a deal for you. You thinking he probably stole this shit? It do smell good. If it's like $5, maybe I give him the $5 so I can get the cologne, right? Nigga spray you with the cologne. You want this shit, right? How much, bruh? $150. Nigga, get the fuck out my face, bruh. It's the same thing. It's the same exact thing. You made something nobody was asking for and then getting mad we don't want to pay for this shit, bruh. So hopefully I hope you guys only real niggas who really been through it understand what I'm talking about, man. Understand what I'm talking about. He said they're choosing cool over fun. Is this even cool? Getting sprayed with the bootleg Egyptian musk. or because I feel like that's a hood story. Some of y'all might not be able to relate to that. One that's probably more people can relate to. It would also be equivalent to like the shoe shiner or the person selling the expensive lotion in the mall. You know those kiosks in the mall, the dude with the shoe shiner? He hey, player, let me clean your shoes up real quick. All right, bro, whatever, bro. Clean your shoes. How much is it? You thinking it's about to be $20, $200. Nigga, I already didn't want this shit. No, thank you, bro. No, thank you. Yeah, Ayo boss, is the same thing, bro. It's the same thing. Shout out to Modern Kari with the sub. Appreciate it, bro. Yeah, they be trying to guilt trip you. Yo, shout out to Wolfman with the sub. So hopefully you understand it. No shade to the dude, because it seemed like he genuinely just doesn't understand. Maybe you're not in touch with what's going on with the community, but we not paying for that shit, dog. We are not paying for that. So that's my response to that one. Yeah, the motherfuckers, they clean your windshield. They be like, all right, spot me 100. What? What are you talking about, dude? Speaking of microtransactions and the devil, EA. Depending on who you are, it's probably gonna be good news for a lot of y'all because I know y'all hate EA. So for those unaware, like a couple weeks ago, EA did a deal with the Saudi Arabia Investment Fund, as well as alongside Jared Kushner, who is the son-in-law of Trump, to buy out EA for $50 billion. Another reason why I said that you guys should, actually $55 billion, my bad, stand corrected. Which is another reason why you guys should stop defending Skate being an unfinished product, because this is a $55 billion company that doesn't seem to have the money to pay their developers and put together a finished product. But anyway, that's beside the point. After the deal is done, according to this article, Saudi Arabia's investment fund reportedly is having cash problems. Now, in my opinion, this is the chickens have come home to roost. One of the year's biggest gaming stories is the $55 billion sale of Electronic Arts to a group of private investors, including Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund. Which, for those who don't understand why a lot of people are not a big fan of this, they're worried about censorship. That's the main thing, as well as human rights issues. So clearly, there's been rumors that Saudi Arabia is backing Paramount's bid for Warner Bros. Also, they're worried about the microtransactions get even worse, probably, which Paramount has denied. Now, a new report suggests that the investment fund won't be making any new major purchases anytime soon after experiencing a cash flow problem. According to the New York Times, the investment fund has been hit by a number of investments that are underwater financially. Oh, Lord, they bit off more than they could chew. They've been buying up properties left and right, and apparently it ain't making them no money. The report specifically mentioned that the planned Saudi Arabian city Neom and a ski resort with robot workers are among the Saudi Arabian investments assets that are currently flailing. What? People don't want to go to a resort ran by fucking robots instead of paying human beings? What a surprise. What a surprise. Saudi Arabia's wealth still stems from its vast oil deposits, but the kingdom has limitations on how much oil it can sell without violating agreements and treaties already in place. That could potentially mean the investment fund has been spending resources faster than Saudi Arabia can replenish the fund. Their overhead is too high, and they're not bringing in any profits. That's what they're saying. Their spokesperson denied the report and told the New York Times that the investment fund still has $60 billion in cash and similar financial instruments. Technically, the sale of EA has yet to officially go through yet and is still regulatory approved in the US and other countries before it can be finalized. It's just a handshake, but you know, the powers that be have to green light this, and hope some of us are hoping they block this shit. Due to a lack of competition. What was I about to say? They're not getting that Arab money. Right, apparently not. The Saudi Arabian-owned mobile developer Scopely purchased Niantic's video game division in March of this year, which gave it control of Pokemon Go and other mobile titles. Saudi Arabia has invested in several video game companies, including Nintendo and Take-Two Interactive. But if the EA deal goes forward, it will be the kingdom's biggest investment in the industry to date. This is part of the Saudi Arabia's agenda to diversify its financial portfolio, as well as likely to attempt to draw attention away from the country's numerous human rights violations. Right. It could be that. It could be they don't even change anything about our games. It could be just a PR play. That's why they're buying up these game studios. Because if they make your favorite games, a lot of y'all will probably look the other way if they're enslaving people. Not me, but you know, just some food for thought. You know, actually, wrong button. They gave us Madden, so I don't really care. So it'll be interesting to see how this one plays out. This deal could potentially get blocked, not just due to a monopoly. Yeah, that was a misclick. Not just due to a monopoly, but if the reports are true and they do some digging and they start looking at the books and they don't really have the money to pay for this shit, the deal could end up getting blocked because, you know, people don't want to get finessed. We're talking about billions of dollars. If I was a fan of Skate, I'd be super worried right now because the company that's talking about they want to buy out EA potentially is broke. You niggas are poor. Respectfully, I feel like they ain't going to change a damn thing with our games and they're just going to profit off the ball and gun gamers. That's best case scenario. You just never know. You never know. That's the issue. That check declining. We'll continue to see how the story plays out. I've heard they're trying to grab the NBA as well. Yeah, I like, at what point does it become concerning? They're just buying up everything over here. Like, is all of the US for sale? That's a rhetorical question, by the way. Don't answer it. They gave us the not woke Star Wars. Who cares? Yeah, I don't think woke is the issue with Star Wars. It's just bad writers. If they get Batman, he's going to Israel. Like, they're gonna change the writing and shit. He's no longer the protector of Gotham. He protects Tel Aviv and shit. Like, bro, this is not Batman. Speaking of Skate, EA. If you're not happy with the current state of the game, know it is getting an update. Skate Season 2 arrives in December, promising less of a grind. Is that a pun there? And new co-op activities. Wow. Things that should have been in the game in the first place. EA's new Skate is getting its second season in early December, and it appears that the developer's Full Circle is already responding to player feedback amid its popular but sometimes rocky early access launch. I don't understand how you can have a Season 2 in an unfinished game, but pop off. Season 2 of Skate, dubbed Future Radical, promises less of a grind, at least when it comes to completing the game's Skate Pass, and a new co-op mode with party voice chat, which is scheduled to land on December 2nd. That's cool. It's going to have voice chat, so you can, you know, if you're vibing out, you can talk to people. Skate's new mode, On the Lot, is a team-based mode that tasks players with completing as many wrecks as possible under a time limit. Players can skate in groups or of 1 to 4 members, but it's definitely intended for at least 2 players, Full Circle says, warning that the party scaling and difficulty can be intense. Translation, if your friends aren't pulling their weight, they will get exposed. This game is dead in a year max. I'd argue this game is dead now. It's mad videos all over my algorithm of people just shitting on this game. I just be laughing because like I told y'all niggas that shit was gonna happen. But I give him like I wouldn't say it's dead. I'm not gonna go that far. There are people out there that are enjoying it, but it's not what it needed to be. I'd say it's on life alert. It's on it's laying in his deathbed. They need to get it together real quick because within the next 6 months to a year, yeah. And the worst part is too, this type of game is people have been waiting 15 years for another Skate. If this game does 100% die and EA pulls the plug, especially another reason this game is really in danger, the story we just read with the Saudi Arabia investment fund, if it's true what the New York Times is reporting that they are struggling for cash, that means they are going to double down and focus on IPs and products that bring in profit because they're fucking poor. If they look at their portfolio and they see Skate as a game that's costing them millions of dollars to make and it's not generating a lot of revenue, they're going to look at that and they're going to say, well, the game's not even finished. We're going to pull the plug on it. So you should, yeah, more Madden, more FIFA. This game could get the plug pulled. You remember where you heard it here first. If I'm an investor that doesn't understand shit, I'm going to be like, I'm going to pull the plug on this. It ain't generating enough revenue. And then you're saying the game's not finished. You need more money. How much more game do they fucking need? These people don't understand gaming. They're gonna take it out back and they're gonna shoot it. And guess what? If they take it out back and shoot it like old Yeller, you will never be able to play this game again because there's no offline mode. If any developer ever sees this, one thing I think you guys need to prioritize is adding offline, offline and private servers. So I can invite 3-4 other friends into my private server and then we can play the game. But if they shut the servers off for this game, it becomes obsolete. This is the problem with live service games. This shit is struggling. There are 5 reward tiers in its own lot, which are nailed it, own it, crushed it, killed it. Then you get this amount of tickets based off of doing it. Season 2 will also introduce new tricks. That's cool. Including a first for Skate Impossible and improved expanded hand plants. Oh, we got a trailer. Nice. Let's check it out. They're going to hack it to pieces with a bone saw. If you know, you know. Let's check it out.
Landing tricks alone? I am alone. Talking to fire hydrants?
Me?
Yes, you. Are your old trucks your best friends? Allegedly? Then you might be suffering from solo stoke.
I feel like they put more effort into these trailers than the actual game.
Tired of patting yourself on the back? Stop being your #1 fan and say hello to friends.
Friends?
Friends?
Amigos. Shingu. Meet you.
Do you watch Cam James on YouTube? He's kind of in the FD lane. Nah, I never heard of him. I'm about to check him out.
Nice Impossible, man. Thanks. It's new.
This nigga in the chat said, never mind. Not a year. I give it 7 months. Which, by the way, that's such a random, not 6 months. This nigga's, I give it 7. Like, oh, shit.
Roofs and tunnels and co-op with your bro-op in collab mode. It's not chaos if you call it teamwork. Party voice chat. Better replays. Observe, rewind.
This is so out of touch.
Who did it? Not me. What the? Threads, boards, rules.
Is the voice chat only party? It needs proximity chat too.
Boards look better.
That would make the game a lot more. I feel like every open type of world, live service world needs proximity chat. I don't know why that's not a thing that's just like by default. I feel like proximity chat is, whether a lot of you might not agree with me because I don't think you niggas will be talking about Arc Raiders a year from now. But I think part of the reason why people really like Arc Raiders is the proximity chat. I think the proximity chat is more fun than the fucking game.
The rat's making me flawless.
It makes the game feel so much more alive. What is this?
Get friends today.
It's what the voices in the patch notes would want.
Season 2. 2.
Now I want you to imagine being somebody from the Saudi investment fund, somebody from the Middle East just watching. Like imagine being a billionaire Saudi prince that knows nothing about Western culture, looking at this shit like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, you're saying this game isn't done? Cancel this shit, nigga. Cancel this shit, bruh. That shit is fucking funny. What the freak? This is not halal, bro. What the fuck? Oh shit, wallahi. Oh hell nah. Oh my goodness. Hey, skate community, I'm wishing the best for y'all, but I don't know, man. I don't fucking know. Hopefully this update is y'all dreams come true. I'm gonna be honest, I only covered this story because it's kind of slow this week. In other news, more devastating news. All Naughty Dog fans come to the front. I got bad news for you if you're fans of Naughty Dog games. The first set of bad news is that Naughty Dog has been making the same game for probably the last 15 to 20 years. Uncharted 1, Uncharted 2, Uncharted 3, Uncharted the Collection on PS3, then Uncharted 4, The Last of Us Remastered for the PS4, The Last of Us Remastered for the PS5, The Last of Us 2, The Last of Us Remastered, and The Last of Us 1 and 2 Remastered bundle for the PS5, Season 1 of The Last of Us, Season 2 of The Last of Us, and the already greenlit Season 3 and 4 based off the second game of The Last of Us 2, which has been remastered twice already. I say all that to say this. They have another game coming called Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet. And I pray and hope this is not Uncharted and The Last of Us in space. So I'm really looking forward to this because in my humble opinion, Naughty Dog's on the clock. They are creatively bankrupt, in my opinion. They have unfortunately become one of the villains. They have become creatively bankrupt and they just focus on remastering and milking shit. So I think Naughty Dog is on the clock and I'm actually really rooting for this game. You know, I love Jack and Dexter, but they've fallen off for me in terms of creativity. And I was hoping next year or maybe 2027, we would find out whether or not the Heretic Prophet, which by the way, just changed the name to the Heretic Prophet or Intergalactic. I was hoping maybe next year or 2027, we'd find out whether or not this was Uncharted, The Last of Us in space. But it's looking like not only is it not coming out next year, it's not coming out anytime soon. The Heretic Prophet reportedly is still years away from release and don't expect to see it at the Game Awards, nigga. Despite being revealed at last year's Game Awards, Naughty Dog's upcoming Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet is reportedly still years away from launch, which means expect more remasters and more seasons. Matter of fact, they've already greenlit season 3 and 4 of the Last of Us TV show. I would not be surprised if we don't get this game until after season 4 of the show. Fans of the Uncharted and The Last of Us studio should also not expect another glimpse of the project at next month's annual Video Game Awards ceremony, it was claimed. Discussions around when to expect Intergalactic was recently sparked by the journalist Colin Moriarty, who suggested that he thought it was possible the game would launch in 2026. Moriarty then issued a clarification to state that he's just been speculating, though by then the topic had snowballed. In March this year, in a conversation with a 28 years later director Alex Garden, Naughty Dog's Neil Druckmann said the developer still had a ways to go on the project. During the same month, Bloomberg reporter Jason Schreier stated that the game would not launch in 2026, and neither would The Witcher 4. This month, Schreier has now repeated this statement, once again placing Intergalactic's arrival as 2027 at the earliest, and potentially skipping the PS5 generation altogether. Meanwhile, Giant Bomb's Jeff Grubb, that's right, by the way, PS6 is coming, PS4 niggas, I know. What? I was just thinking about getting a PS5. PS6 is on the way. Meanwhile, Jeff Grubb has claimed that the game won't be making a second appearance in the trailer form at the Game Awards this year. Is this a surprise? Not really. PlayStation has had a habit of teasing blockbuster titles a long time. I feel like they're going to show this off at a direct, at a PlayStation Direct. I feel like because Naughty Dog is so in alignment with like Sony. So they're saying the earliest is going to be 2027, which is funny because I literally just said I predict we won't see this until after season 4 of The Last of Us 2. And that could be correct because if season 3 comes out in 2026, then early 2027 they could put out season 4, and then like in the fall this game would come out. I could see it. Yo, shout out to Mystic with the sub, appreciate it. So what I'm hearing is this might be a PS6 launch title. Hell, maybe a PS6 Pro. Pretty much, it sounded like it's gonna be a PlayStation 6 launch title. I'm gonna tell you right now, this is gonna be either a really good or a really bad thing, and I'm gonna tell you why. If this turns out to be a PlayStation 6 launch title, it's good because it means we have a reason to buy a PlayStation 6. We have something to look forward to. But I also will say that it's going to put a lot of pressure on them because it's probably not going to be a lot of games, especially exclusives, available for the PS6 at launch, which means it's going to be a lot of pressure for them to perform. I can see a lot of people being upset if they had to wait until the PlayStation 6 just to play The Last of Us in space. I can see that pissing a lot of people off. Like, I just paid $600 for this new console, $70 for the fucking game, and I fucking played this game. This shit is Uncharted with a bald-headed chick in space. It's just the graphics are better, bruh. $900 PS6 for The Last of Us in space. Hey, nigga, don't speak that into existence. Don't speak that into existence. No, we don't need no $900 PS6. Let's try to, don't do that. Let me ask y'all that, actually, since we on the topic. If the PS6 do turn out to be $900, are y'all sticking with PlayStation or will some of y'all convert to PC? Because I'm not gonna lie, if you get into that price range, just build a fucking PC. Get a Steam machine or something. You seen them RAM prices? I did. Fucking AI, man, unfortunately. It's ruining everything, man. It's ruining everything. It's rotting y'all brains, ruining critical thinking, raising the price of RAM. Just not in a good space, man. It's not in a good space. Yeah, might as well get a Steam machine at that point, type shit. I have a PC, so I might cop it if I have the money. Getting people fired. So yeah, just know if you're looking forward to this game, if this one's on your bucket list, it's gonna be a while before you see it. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Speaking of it is what it is, nobody asked for this, but you know, slow news day, so I'm gonna share the story, whatever. Hulu is getting a Far Cry TV series from the creators of Alien Earth and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. The last Far Cry game the audience ventured into was Far Cry 6, which featured, I don't know how to pronounce that, Esposito as the antagonist, and was released back in October 2021. As a series, it's known for embracing violence and madness with equal glee, all while telling captivating, political-driven whatever, bro. It was Far Cry 3 in Cuba. Based on Ubisoft's hit video game franchise, the limited anthology series will stream on Hulu and be produced by FX Productions. The anthology will also be parallel to the video game format by having a new setting and cast of characters in each season. So it'll be per season, not per episode. Like, it'll change. Rob Mack, creator of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and Noah Hawley, the mind behind FX Alien Earth and Fargo, will serve as executive producers on the series through their production banners. More Better Productions for Mac and 26 Keys for Howley. They will be joined by Amelia Serrano for 26 Keys and all these other people, man. I've kind of already talked about this yesterday on stream because people kept asking me. I was like, I'll bring it up on stream for who didn't see it. I got to see a trailer for me to believe in this show. I just don't think the Far Cry universe is interesting enough for a television show. Far Cry benefits from being a video game, so like you get to create your own fun, and no two experiences will be the same. But as a whole, are the narratives behind Far Cry that interesting? Besides maybe Blood Dragon, in my opinion, not really. Most of them are pretty much the same. Some rich kid gets stuck on an island, loses all their privilege, so they got to pick up a gun. You got to climb 100 towers, infiltrate a bunch of bases and shoot people, and do some drugs. That's been a lot of the games. It's just one was with a cult. Other than that, it's been kind of the same shit. So I don't know. I was saying that, like, I feel like the reason Fallout works as a TV show is because Fallout crafted a very interesting universe that gave the creators, the writers behind the show, a lot to work with. And that's why it works as a TV show. And I don't know if this will work as a TV show because you're removing the element of the interaction playing the game, and we now have to focus on the narrative. And if you just focus on the narrative of Far Cry, it's not that interesting in my opinion. Y'all might disagree with me. I don't think there's not a single Far Cry story that I just genuinely loved. You said, yeah, Halo flopped. Well, Halo flopped for a different reason. That flopped because Halo has a strong narrative. Halo flopped because they didn't follow the narrative, bro. It's actually the opposite. Halo flopped because you had a bunch of people in Hollywood who thought they knew better than what the fans wanted. And it's like, no, we just want to see you guys fight the Covenant. And we did. Who wanted to see Master Chief lose his virginity? Nobody saw it. Nobody want to see that. Nobody want to see that. So that it fucked up for different reasons. Yeah, in 1440p, first 5 episodes is going to be climbing towers. I'll wait till a trailer drops, but like, I don't believe in this show until the trailer drops. We need a Far Cry Primal TV show. What I want to know is who greenlit this? Because like, you have to keep in mind, someone from Hulu had to go to Ubisoft and propose them purchasing the TV license. Ubisoft had to actively sell the TV license to Hulu after it, like, yeah, we'll let you borrow the license. You can make a TV show. And then they paid Ubisoft to use the Far Cry license. Who at Hulu was like, damn, this needs to be a fucking TV show? That's what I want to know. Because then I'm going to ask, yo, have you played a Ubisoft recently, or Ubisoft game recently? Them stories ain't been hitting, nigga. The fuck? Whoever's the head of Hulu, Far Cry must have been their first video game or some shit like that. I don't know, man. What happened to the Assassin's Creed TV show? I don't know. Some Green Lantern news. I cannot click that, but I can copy it. First trailer for the Lanterns was shown at HBO Max Upfront. What is that? Hal Jordan has seemingly stepped in temporarily for someone else to train John Stewart. A squirrel Green Lantern is mentioned, and the series has a Western vibe to it. Still need to see the trailer though. I need to see what the budget on the special effects is looking like. How do you know that Ubisoft didn't approach Hulu? They broke, remember? You right about that. Ubisoft might have approached Hulu. They was like, hey, nigga, we need some money. Y'all want to buy this IP from us? But at the end of the day, Hulu still had to write the check because it's Ubisoft's IP. So somebody at Hulu's gonna be to blame too if this shit turned out to be ass. They both gonna be blameable.